Yeah.
Gonna be a big hit down at the saloon.
Oh, that's funny.
Luke, looking at the receiver core, you guys, maybe those word for it is unknown. Do you guys see that as kind of the tag on the group this year?
I think the biggest thing for us, like in that room, is we don't have an established Xavier Leggett, but I think there's a lot of guys that are, eager to, fill that role and kind of be that guy. And I think we've got guys at every single position, outside, inside. I think we've got guys that can be that. And, I think with the preparation that we've been doing and all the training and stuff, I think we're going to have, not just one guy that can do, all that stuff, but we're going to have multiple guys that can be, what Xavier was.
You had 2 new guys join the team since spring practice.
Mm-hmm.
How are they fitting in? Have you been able to see them in the drills that you guys go out and do in the summer?
Yeah, I mean, Dre Jacobs and D Camp. I mean, those guys since they've gotten here have been awesome. They in drills, they're the first ones up. They're eager to work. When we get into the meeting room, they're taking notes. They're asking questions, asking the right questions, and paying attention. That's something that you look for whenever whenever guys come in, is how do they how do they carry themselves on a daily basis. And those guys have done a great job, and they're going to be great for us this year.
Luke, you've had about as unique a role as anyone at Media Days. At what point in your career did you realize you wanted to stay at South Carolina and basically help the team in whatever way you could versus transferring and playing quarterback primarily somewhere else?
Yeah, I think I've always been that way. My parents told me at a young age when I was being recruited that if you took football out of the equation, would you pick a college that you would want to go to for 4 years? And South Carolina was that for me, and it always has been and it always will be. And the thought of transferring never has entered my mind. I wouldn't change, as far as my journey goes and everything that I've experienced, I still wouldn't change it for the world.
Look, you guys are coming off a really strong 2022 season. Last year obviously didn't go quite the way you would have liked. Just what did you learn about handling expectations last year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is just taking everything week by week, game by game, never getting too high, never getting too low. Obviously last season wasn't what we wanted, and it wasn't, what our expectation is. But I think everybody returned in January kind of with a bitter taste in their mouth, because I don't think anybody wants to sit at home for a whole month and not be able to, continue to be around their teammates and coaches and, go to a bowl game and play ball again. So that's kind of been the main thing going forward, is just how can we make ourselves better, and what can we do to put ourselves in position to have a lot of success this fall.
Luke, who would you say is the best athlete in the SEC who's not on your team?
Best athlete in the SEC. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't pay much attention to anybody else but us, so I probably couldn't answer that, but that's my best answer.
Luke, with Texas and OU joining the conference, is winning the SEC championship give you even harder?
I think being in the SEC is hard as it already is. And obviously adding those teams is just more competition, and that's what you join the SEC for, is for the elite competition, the elite atmosphere, just the overall greatness of the SEC. That's why so many teams want to be a part of it, and so many guys want to be a part of the SEC and play in the SEC, is just because it is the best conference in the country. And obviously adding Texas and Oklahoma is going to be a lot of fun. It's 2 more teams that we get to compete with, and like I said, that's really what you want when you join the SEC.
really good teams might go 8-4 or 7-5,
Right.
right?
Yep. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's what the SEC is, competition.
You think Texas is trying to soften you by giving you a cowboy hat?
Nah, I mean, when in Texas, right?
What's the story behind it?
Well, I mean, it was another station around here at in the rotation. So I just figured, gray suit, got to make it match the fit, and then I got a brown belt, brown shoes. That's the lace on the around it. The feathers I just thought were cool, and then 9 club. I wear 9, so that was and the card was really cool. So yeah, and then it's got the logo on the back, initials on the side. So yeah,
You own a cowboy hat otherwise?
I do, but it's more like a straw cowboy hat, but that'll be getting replaced soon.
Luke, Georgia and South Carolina aren't playing this year. Obviously, they've been on your schedule every year since you've been a Gamecock.
Yep.
What's that going to be like? Are you glad you're not playing them, or?
No, I mean I always look forward to playing Georgia every year. Being able to play those guys is always something that I look forward to. And it's definitely going to be weird not playing them, Tennessee or Florida this year, just because we've played them for so long. But again, I mean it's the SEC. It's you're going to have other teams that you're going to have to play, and we're going to treat them just the same as we would Old Dominion whenever we have to play them in a few weeks. So yeah, it'll be weird, but nothing that we can't handle.
One team you will get to play again is A&M, a team you guys have played a lot over the last decade.
Yep.
How do you guys view that game? I mean, it's been the cross-division game for you guys for the past few years.
Yeah, I think we just take it as just another game. Obviously, we beat them 2 years ago. Went out there last year and couldn't get it done, but we get another opportunity to play them this year, and we got to continue to get better, and we'll definitely be ready when they come to town. But like I said, it's just another game, and we'll treat it as such.
What do you remember about the game 2 years ago when you won? 'Cause that's